Hello everyone, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Hai, and I live in Vung Tau City, Vietnam. I created this podcast to help you and myself practice English in a real and meaningful way. In today's episode, we are going to dive into a topic we touched on before: unlocking your English speaking potential. As you know, in our previous episodes, we've talked about improving pronunciation, using the highly effective shadowing technique. Today, I want to continue that topic and dive deeper into this method. The goal is to help you combine it with modern tools, so your practice becomes more precise and effective than ever. This is the next step to help you go from speaking correctly to speaking naturally like a native. Part 1. The challenges for intermediate learners. My friends, once you have a basic foundation, you face a new set of challenges. So, what exactly are these challenges? First and foremost, it's the translation mindset. We often have a habit of translating every sentence from our native language into English in our heads. And this slows down our speaking speed, making conversations feel choppy. Moving on, it's hesitation. We are afraid of making grammatical mistakes or mispronouncing words. And as a result, we often choose to stay silent or speak very cautiously. In addition to that, many of you lack specialized vocabulary and idioms. You can handle basic conversations, but when you want to express complex ideas or show your personality, you lack the natural words, phrases, or idioms that native speakers use. And finally, a common issue is a monotone delivery. You might be grammatically correct, but your speech lacks emotion, proper stress, and intonation, which fails to convey the deeper meaning of what you're saying. Part 2. Tips to level up your speaking skills. So, what's the solution to these problems? Here are some tips you can start using today. First, break the translation habit. Instead of thinking in your native language and then translating, try to think directly in English. An effective way to do this is to ask and answer questions for yourself. For example, what did I do today? Practicing this daily will help you build a natural language reflex. Next, actively practice speaking with a purpose. Don't just listen, mimic. As I've mentioned, a specific and highly effective method that I want to re-emphasize is shadowing. This technique is simple. You listen to a short audio or video clip, and try to speak along with the speaker at the same time. To apply this method optimally, you can break down the practice into 3 steps and combine it with language learning apps. Step 1. Listen and understand the content. Listen to the entire audio clip once to get the main idea. Step 2. Practice with apps. Apps like Elsa Speak are incredibly useful for this step. The app will analyze your pronunciation and specifically point out where you're making mistakes. More importantly, the app also helps you get used to the natural speech patterns native speakers use, such as linking sounds, reduction, and elision. For example, instead of saying "look at it," a native speaker will link the words together to sound like "look at it." Or "want to" is often reduced to "wanna." And the final step, shadow the entire passage. After you've mastered the individual sentences and speech patterns, play the audio again, and try to speak along with the entire passage at the same time as the speaker. In addition to that, expand your vocabulary by topic. You have the basics. However, now is the time to find more specialized words, idioms, or phrasal verbs related to a topic you love. And finally, seek out real-world speaking opportunities. Join an English club or find online language exchange partners. Always remember, our goal is communication, not perfection. My friends, the journey from speaking adequately to speaking eloquently is a process. The key isn't how many words you know, but how well you use them. To summarize, I hope these tips from today's podcast, especially the shadowing method combined with language apps. And now it's time to act. Pick one tip you liked from today's episode and start practicing today. Don't forget to share this podcast with a friend if you found it helpful. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next episodes. Thank you for listening. Bye for now and see you next time.